This should be... This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Constable Marrow,
It would be my pleasure.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man...
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Take your lamp and start...
Understood. No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. I shouldn't look for Mr. Holmes here. He's hiding in Half Moon Street. I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while... These tools are exact... This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the...
I'm always...
Mr. Constable?
Why? Because I wanted to serve...
And what about serving the people like...
What? Your sort are the plague of London.
Constable Marrow.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare...
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. The streetlights fall directly on. The moon illuminates this wall. Anyone trying... This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that. Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
This is the back door of the building with the attic floor that you required, Mr. Holmes.
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope. It's empty. Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. These shards of glass are from the window above. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Hello, Toby. Let us take a closer look. It is not a thread, but a hair. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse. Watson, could you please pass me your shape?
Here you are.
Watson, look.
Where? I don't see anything.
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair. Human hair is significantly thinner. The horse hair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal. Wiggins is currently at Half Moon Street.
Two lovely black eyes. Oh, only for telling a man he was wrong. Two. Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins,
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known traveling circus that is currently... I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for.
Aye, you.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the...
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpick.
You might be...
What? Nah. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to...
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles.
I've got it.
So, everything is here, just as you asked. And what about the money?
Some of the barrels are wet.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped.
Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said.
Right?
I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
Glad to hear it.
There is a spot on this barrel that was... This wooden barrel is damaged. There is a... This wooden barrel is damaged. The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Judging by the fractions and the... The barrels are roughly... From lambs into lions. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a robe. This poster was clearly made to fire up. This printing press is old, but still quite... There are... Powder kegs. I am quite sure.
Stop right there.
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see Sherlock near the chains on a table over there. Open that. Ah, well, they're...
Nigel Sherlock.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures.
Gosh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with
Us? Wait, who's...
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know of.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal. Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be. I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it. This cupboard is an absolute mess. Several books have fallen. It seems as though this cupboard... So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see. What a surprise! Another lock. And I recall that precious key around Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off. This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. This should be useful. One step on these beads, I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police. Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly. This works very well. No one will escape through this window now. I wonder what this old I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful. Oh, that's a lovely old carpet. Oh, that's a lovely old carpet. This should be useful. The door is now blocked. There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance. This should be you. Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. This should be useful. If anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall. If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down. Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Police! Police! Stop where you are!
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson.
How so?
Well, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
Use.
And this is the pistol used for the murder.
How'd you know about that?
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well. So now, let us catch the big fish.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic...
You're no better than the coppers!
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you.
Don't move, you flim-flammer.
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished.
You are pitiful.
Save your words for the gallows. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody. I have unfinished business.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the new lands, America, Australia, but men we are still, and we are merry for that we stop. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls. The fear advised us to keep our heads. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, and they push us to compete between each other. But in the end, they are the few, so they are we. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear. The time has come for our group to stand tall. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No lives shall be lost, but they're only papers after all. So many people will be freed over this.
That is a radical step to take.
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free. They will be able to work for themselves.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice, then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry... And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for... Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song. Will you let us do our duty?
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
So, You're interested in Russian literature.
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember...
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always in... Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or...
Not that I know.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure.
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no...
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment.
But we serve the truth, not just...
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole Empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our...
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour.
Oh, I don't care.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait. What? A